Healthy to the Soul channel. This is my friend Walter. Today we're going to be doing a mostly yoga, but I might throw some Pilates in, some core work, and we're just going to see where the flow takes us. So we will begin just relaxed in a comfortable seated position. You can be kneeling. And let's just take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now if you can, just bring your breath in and out through your nose. Let your shoulders be relaxed, just sinking down away from your ears. Feel yourself reaching long through the crown of your head. Bring your breath into your belly so you can feel that expand and contract as you inhale and exhale. Relax your jaw, releasing any tension around your forehead, between your brows. And we're going to come into a wave of breath here. So as you inhale, draw into the belly first and then bring it up through the rib cage and fill your chest, and then let it all drain back out. Again, draw the inhale into the belly, up through the rib cage, filling the chest, and let it all drain. And let's continue this wave of breath, imagining you could fill your lungs from bottom to top with each breath. Tune in to the sound of your breath, to how it feels as it fills your body with air. Letting the breath help to quiet the mind. Let's take 5 more full waves of breath here. Gently come back to your natural, easy way of breathing. And let's lower our chin to chest. next inhale, lift your chin, open your arms out, reach for the ceiling. Hold right here, just lifting and lengthening. Taking deep breaths. On your next exhale, stretch over one side. Inhale as you reach back up and exhale to the other side. Inhale as you reach back up. Bring your hands together and down to the heart. And we're going to interlace the fingers here. Press out and tuck your chin as you reach through the shoulders, hollowing the chest. And then we'll reach all the way up, press through the palms. Take a nice deep breaths here. And we're going to sweep the arms all the way down. We're going to interlace our hands back behind and reach down as we open the shoulders. And let's rest the interlaced hands on our right hip and take right ear to shoulder. So you should feel stretched down your left shoulder and the left side of your neck. And then we're going to release that back to center. Take that to the other side. And let's come back to center. We're just going to release the hands down, walking them forward to fold over. Take another deep breath in here. Slowly walk the hands in. We'll come back up, and then let's come back to a tabletop position, hands and knees. So we are aligning our shoulders with our wrists. We're aligning our knees with our hips. And we're going to begin cat stretches here. So inhale, lift the tailbone, lift your chest and your gaze, dropping your belly. Exhale, reverse that, round the spine, tuck the tailbone and the chin. And again, inhale to arch. Exhale, and as you round, draw your belly button in deep, engaging the core as you stretch the back. 6 more breaths like this. And 5 more. Four more. Making sure the fingers are spread nice and wide. Just 2 more here. Last one. Let's tuck the toes under and inch the hips back toward the heels, pressing through the hands. You can lift your knees here for that stretch through the calves and the feet and the toes. And let's just lift up to release that to child's pose, keeping the arms nice and long in front. Spread your fingers wide. Making sure the hands are at least shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit farther apart. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhale as you bring your shoulders up over your wrist, tuck your toes, lift your tailbone, downward facing dog. And let's start alternating heel stretches here. So just one heel at a time, pressing a little deeper. And take nice deep breaths. And we're going to inhale toward full plank. And we're going to exhale back to downward dog. Again, inhale toward plank. As you come to plank, make sure the hips stay lifted. And exhale, down dog. Let's go 4 more times. And 3. Two. Last one. Lift your heels high, stretching your toes. Start to inch the feet in toward the hands. Coming into forward fold. Let your body dangle here. Let your shoulders relax. The knees can be bent. Add some movement if it feels good. Relaxing your shoulders. And take 4 more breaths in this forward fold. On your next inhale, take a halfway lift, sliding your palms up the shins, lengthening out to the top of the head. Exhale as you fold back over. Press in deep into the feet. Draw your belly button and take an inhale. On the exhale, we're going to roll all the way up, 1 vertebra at a time, stacking the spine. Take an inhale as you reach for the ceiling. And bring your feet a little closer toward each other. Hands to the heart, sitting back in chair pose. While we're in chair, we want to hug the belly button in. And we're going to twist this chair. So we're going to either hook elbow and turn, or you can place your hands down the outside of the knee and reach up. So whichever feels best. Really pressing into the feet. Breathe. One more full breath here. And let's unwind. Let's take a nice big reach up with an inhale. Exhale, sit back in chair again, hugging the belly button in, pushing the seat out, and we'll twist to the other side, either hooking the elbow and turning, or palms down the side, reaching up. Feel your legs pressing against each other to help keep you stable and strong. One more full breath here. We'll unwind. Take another big breath in, reach for the ceiling. And let's come all the way back down with a swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back toward full plank. And then we're going to replace our hands with our elbows. So we're aligning the shoulders and the elbows. If this is too much, bring your knees down from right here. Really important to keep the belly pulled in. We're going to turn to the side here. So we're going to open up and reach for the ceiling. Side elbow plank, lift the top hip up nice and high. If you're on your knees, you can still be doing this. It's just gonna look like this. All right, from right here, let's bring it back to center. Take it to the other side. And you can look up towards your hand, or you can just look directly to the side. One more big breath. And let's bring it back. We'll lower the knees, lower the belly, lift the chest for serpent pose. Couple more breaths here. The legs are long and strong. Let's come onto the palms. Lift the chest a little bit higher. Press into your knees. Tuck the toes, downward dog. And let's take our right leg and reach it up and back. And we're going to take a breath in here on the exhale. Pull the knee in. Shoulders come over the wrists. And again, 4 more breaths like this. 3. Hug your belly button into the spine. Keep it there. Last time, bringing that in. Reach it up again. Place the foot down. Take your other leg up. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, pull in. Shoulders over the wrist. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Reaching it up again. Placing the foot down. Now if you'd like, take a rest in child's pose. If you want a little bit more work here, bring the fingers and hands just a smidge wider. Turn the index finger and the thumb in. Keep gazing toward the feet. We're going to do down dog push-ups. Pull the belly button in. Bend. Press. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Still breathing. 3. 2. And 1. And child's pose here. If it feels good in this child's pose, bring your arms down by your sides. All right, we're going to extend those arms long in front again. For the puppy dog pose, slide the hands forward. Sink the chest down, stacking the hips above the knees. You can turn your head to one side or keep your forehead down on the floor. And I'm going to sink into the elbows, lower the belly again. Moving my blocks out of the way. And take a full body stretch here. And now let's slide the right hand in. Press into the right hand, turning onto your side. So you are stacking up here. We want the feet just a little bit forward. We're going to lift the feet off the floor, hug the belly button in, and do some Pilates side crunches here. Lift and lower. 10, 9, the head can be down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold hold it up. See if you can reach that hand up. 2, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the hand back down. Come back onto your stomach. Take an inhale, cobra. Exhale to down dog. Alternating those heel stretches. Let's inhale toward plank again and replace the hands with the elbows. All right, so once again, we're in this dolphin plank, this elbow plank. We're gonna alternate knee taps here for 10, 9, 8, hug that belly button in, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sink the knees down, lower the belly, take that full body stretch again. And we're going to slide the left hand in, press into the left palm. You're going to turn onto your other side. From right here, lifting the legs together, make sure the feet are kind of forward, not back behind. We're going to go down and up for 10. 10, 9, exhale as you lift. 8, 7, really hug your belly button in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. See if you can reach that arm up too. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sink back down, turning back onto your stomach. We're going to come back onto the elbows here. We're going to interlace the fingers. Draw your belly button in as you pull your belly away from the floor. Tuck your toes. Lift the tailbone. Start to walk the feet in. We're coming into full dolphin. Keep that belly button pulled in. Hold it right here. So we're trying to keep the head off the floor, but we are gazing toward the feet. Let's alternate a leg lift as an option. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax into child's pose. And if it feels good, let your arms be back by your sides. And if it feels good, interlace your fingers back behind and roll to the top of your head. Now if you're rolling to the top of your head, keep your head very still, so you might want to watch first, then try it rather than looking toward me while you've rolled to the top of your head. So just keep your head very still here, hug your belly button in. One more deep breath here. And let's release back down. We're going to slide the arms long in front again. Make our way up into downward facing dog. Take that left leg, reach it up and back again. Take a nice big inhale. Step forward on the exhale. Coming into a lunge here. Now if you have blocks and you want to use those blocks anytime, you can. So you can keep your hands down in a runner's lunge, or you can reach them up. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths here. Let's bring the arms straight out in front. We're going to draw that right elbow back, and as we do, sink your back heel down, turning into warrior two. So we're still gazing out over those fingertips on the left. We're keeping our shoulders directly above our hips. And reverse warrior. Bring your back arm down, front arm up. 5 breaths here. And let's reach those arms back out again. Now I'm going to heel toe the back foot in a little bit, so I have a little more weight coming out over the front. Getting ready for half moon pose. So I can bring that back hand to the hip or keep it reaching out. I'm going to put my weight over my bent leg, take a little bend in the back leg, lifting off. Now you can use that block if you want, placing your hand on a block to give you a little height. If you don't want to reach up, you don't have to. You can bring your hand to your hip or your heart. You can look toward the floor or to the side. Take a few more deep breaths here. And back to warrior two. Let's go ahead and take the bend out of the front leg as we get ready for a triangle pose. So if you have never done triangle, a good place to practice it is right up against a wall, because we want to keep our shoulders in line as we come into a triangle pose. So taking a nice deep breath in, as we exhale, we're going to shift the upper body forward. Let the back arm come up as the front arm comes down. Imagine you're against that wall, or if you are, you want the shoulders to stay touching the wall. So that might mean you're bringing a hand to the thigh. Might mean you're using a block and placing your hand on a block. So do what you can to keep that top shoulder stacked above the bottom shoulder. If you want to add movement with that top arm, it can feel really nice to reach long overhead, giving you a really deep stretch here through your side. Or maybe a few circles. Just a couple more long breaths in this triangle pose. Let's bend into the front leg, and we're going to float back up. As we do, we're going to take the bend out of the front leg again, turn the toes so now we have both feet facing directly forward. Take a nice big inhale, reaching for the ceiling, swan dive all the way down in a wide forward fold. You can reach your hands for the block or the floor. You can reach for your feet. You can hold your elbows. You can interlace your hands and reach them up and back. So do what feels best. We're going to take 8 long breaths here. And bringing our hands back to front and center, lifting the chest kind of in a halfway lift. And now we're we're gonna walk ourselves into a runner's lunge facing the other direction. And we're gonna bring ourselves into that first high lunge. This is also called crescent warrior. Taking just a couple more breaths here. Notice how if you lift a little higher, you take a little of the work and shift it out of the glutes. If you sink a little deeper, you're going to bring a lot more work into the glutes. And let's let our arms reach straight out in front. And we're going to draw that left elbow back, that left arm back, sink the left heel down. Warrior two. 5 breaths here. I'm going to heel toe the back foot in to bring the weight more toward my bent leg. For the half moon balance, reaching toward the floor or block, and take a little lift of the heel of the back foot, bend into the legs, lifting off. You can even challenge your balance here. Focus your gaze, maybe take the weight off the hands. Couple more breaths. Gently back to warrior two. Let's take the bend out of the front leg. Actually, let's bend it back in. Let's do our reverse warrior. Back arm down, front arm up. Let's take 5 breaths here. Now take the bend out of the front leg. Oh, that feels good. All right, shoulders above the hips. Nice and tall through the top of the head as we get ready for triangle. Our shoulders stay in line. Maybe be against that wall. We're going to shift forward with the upper body. Back arm up, front arm down. Triangle pose. Again, you can look up, you can look to the side. You can add that long reach overhead or circle the arm. Let's be here for another 4 or 5 breaths. And we're going to bend back in, float back up. And then take the bend out of the front leg again and turn the toes so they're facing forward. Let's heel toe about halfway in. So not hip width apart, but not all the way out. Take a big inhale, reach up, come all the way down. We're going to take our fold right here. And we're going to turn our heels in, maybe even heel toe in a little bit more, and we're going to sink the tailbone down, coming into a squat. Now, if your heels stay lifted here as you sink your tailbone down, you might want to slide a blanket under your heels so they have something to press down into. So a squat can be far apart with the toes turned out, or it can be close together with the feet really close. So let your body decide how you want your squat. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see how this looks from the side. It's a really great release for the lower back. And sometimes I'll add a little movement, a little shifting forward and back. let's go ahead and come into seated. So go ahead and stay forward facing and seated. We're going to open out to a wide seated position. And you might want to sit on a blanket for this too. So let's just start right here, bringing the hands down in front, maybe a pillow, maybe a block to rest elbows on, and just get a nice deep stretch. We'll sit up nice and tall. Again, take an inhale, reaching one arm up, exhale over. 5 breaths. And let's take that to the other side for 5 breaths. Let's go ahead and bring it back up, and we'll use our hands to push the legs in together, and then bring the feet together and knees apart for a butterfly stretch. Again, fold in. So we want to feel our knees sinking down toward the floor, our hips opening up, our feet opening up. You can always give yourself a little foot massage while you're here. And one more deep breath. And let's bring it back. And we're going to push our knees up together here. And we're going to keep our left knee where it is, extend the right leg straight out in front, and we're going to twist toward our left side. So you can keep your right arm or your right hand around your left knee, and we'll just turn toward the side. If you get here and you want to hook your elbow instead, you can do that. And here's where it's a little bit harder to take deep breaths, but we really want to make a point to try. We're wringing out the insides of our body right now. Trying to stay nice and tall from the tailbone to the top of the head. So we don't want to be leaning back too far or too forward. On your next exhale, unwind. And let's switch sides. Take your other foot straight out in front. And we're going to pull that right knee in. Left hand across the front, turning toward the other side. And give yourself another breath or two. And let's unwind right here. Okay, we're going to turn to the side now, bringing our feet out in front. We're going to bring our hands back behind and get ready for a reverse table or a reverse plank. So if your wrists are bothering you, I recommend you use your fists with your wrists facing each other. And here's how that's going to look. So if you're in reverse table, you're pressing into your fists, lifting your hips, looking up, pushing up through the chest. For reverse plank, the legs are long and you're pressing your toes down as you lift. Give yourself 4 or 5 breaths if you can. If not, rest down whenever you need to. Back into a seated. And let's sink down if you haven't already. And we're going to come into a forward fold. Give yourself another deep breath here. And slowly roll back up. Grounding into the feet. We're going to scoot forward so we can roll back. And we're going to come all the way down into our back. So let's go ahead and bring the knees in toward the chest here. Give a little rock. And then keep your knees in. Bring your hands behind your head with your elbows out nice and wide. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, lift and reach your chin towards your knees. Squeeze that belly button in. Take the legs up, and we're going to go down for 2 and up for 2. And down, down, up, up. 8 more times. Exhale as you come up. 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze that belly button in. 3, 2, last time. And relax there. And lower your arms, ground into your feet, swish your knees a little bit. We're going to keep the feet there, hip width apart, with the arms down by your sides, and get ready for bridge pose. So take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, press into your feet, peel up off the mat, let your chest reach towards your chin, tuck your shoulders under. Breathe. You can even interlace your hands here, reaching long through your knuckles. And let's take 4 more breaths here. And we'll lift the heels, release the hands, and roll all the way back down, 1 vertebra at a time. Let your knees swish a little bit. And now we're going to get ready for a pigeon stretch, but we're going to have a little string attached to this pigeon. We're going to do a little reverse crunch first. So we're going to keep the arms down, take ankle above knee, just as you would for your pigeon stretch. But we're going to lift the foot, we're going to lift the tailbone, and come back down and tap. So lift, peel up, down, tap. Keep the arms pressing in deep. Keep the belly button held in. You want to be feeling this in the backs of the arms too. Notice I roll down, I don't drop down. So you don't want to land hard as you come down. That's where the arms come in. Last one. All right, let's let that pigeon stretch happen now. So we'll bring the hands behind the thigh, draw your pigeon stretch in. So you should be feeling this in the outer hip area, upper glutes. We are ankle above knee, pulling knee in toward the chest. You can even hold on with your elbows and let your other leg go. And let's take 5 or 6 more really deep breaths in this stretch. press long through the arms. Draw the belly button in, come onto the tiptoes here. Taking an inhale first. Exhale, lift, peel up and down, touch. Keep going with that. We're going 10 more. Squeeze that belly button in tight. We want to work the deep core muscles here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, now for that pigeon stretch, let's pull it in. And if it feels good, maybe just softly turn your head side to side. Take another deep breath. And let's gently release. And just let both knees come in for a moment. We're going to find happy baby pose. Reach your feet up. Open your knees apart and down. So we feel the knees sinking down toward the floor. You can hold it behind your thighs. You can hold around your shins or just a toe. See if you can relax your tailbone. Holding on to one side, let your other leg stretch long in front and the arm reach long overhead. And turn ankle and wrist, spread fingers and toes. And let's bring it back in and let the other side stretch long. Again, turning the ankle, turning the wrist, spreading fingers and toes. And then getting a full body stretch. And let's take our left foot out just a few inches and we're going to cross our right ankle over our left. And then we're going to grab our right wrist. Keep extending long and inch your way into a crescent shape. So I still feel the shoulders down. I'm not crossing an arm over my face, but I'm just creating this stretch down the right side as I reach toward the left side, like a crescent moon. And 5 deep breaths. And we're going to gently find center. Extending out for that long full body stretch again. Maybe turn ankles and wrists a little bit more. And then we'll take the right foot out a few inches, cross the left over right. Grab the left wrist, inch your way toward the right side to create that stretch down the left side. And just a few more deep breaths. And we're going to start to find center again. Bring your feet if you have a block, I encourage you to put it under your tailbone. We're gonna come into legs up pose. A pillow will work, or if you prefer, bring yourself into plow. So for plow pose, bringing the arms down, taking the legs up and overhead, bringing your hands toward the mid to low back for support. And the legs can be straight or the legs can be bent. We're just going to do a little inversion here. So whether that be legs up with the block under your tailbone or plow, give yourself a little time to breathe here. So give yourself 5 or 6 more deep breaths, whether you're in legs up or plow pose. If you are in plow, gently start to roll back down. If you're in legs up, let your knees softly fold in towards your chest. And let's bring the feet back to the mat. Lifting off the block if you're still on it. Let your legs relax all the way down. So you can feel your hips opening, your knees and your feet falling open, your palms relaxing, closing your eyes. Rest, Shavasana.